with scans. Both scans here, going back down on up here. All those Vikings are probably going to land, and they're going to land right on top of that tank. Yes, they are. The tank is able to hit one of the Vikings, but they do take out that tank. More Marines and Marauders dropping off. Well, they're just eating up the SCVs now. Marines and Marauders move up for Warden and really bring those guys down to low health. So we do have 2 orange units and 1 red one in that medevac. So the medevac's probably going to come over here, drop them off, and heal them, then pick them back up and bring them back over for a fight. Nope, he's not going to heal them. He's not going to bring them back over for a fight. He's going to drop them off there to make sure that Warden has not expanded in a spot that he doesn't know about. As you can see, that Phillibird has gotten his expansion done, not as natural, but at the second base up here, and he is also putting down another command center to put down an expansion at his expansion. No, just as expansion. Anyway, enough expanding. I've just talked myself into a dizzy. More medevacs loading up with SCVs. They are going to fly on over to that expansion and do their thing. And actually, Warden picked up Vikings with the medevacs. That was something I didn't really expect to see. These 2 siege tanks are going to come over here. The scan goes down. The tanks are going to start hitting the tanks that are at the bottom. Warden moving his Viking up so that way the tanks can get a shot in edgewise, but they cannot, and those tanks will get taken out. 1 tank left. It is at full health, but now there is no spotter for Warden, so he will back off as Phillibird has pushed him out. Although Warden is going to begin to massing up units here at this newly established expansion as Phillibird moves out from his base. So we might see a little base trade here, although Warden does have 2 tanks sieged up here, but Phillibird has 5 tanks moving in now, 6 counting that one. But the Marines and Marauders do move in with the Viking support, and the Vikings are going to take down this extra command center. But this original command center looks like it will make it out okay. So here goes in the tanks. They are going to siege up, and they are going to move in. The Marauders are going to run right up to the tank to try and take them out. The siege tanks are doing their duty and starting to take it off, but the SCVs come off the line and begin to attack. The Marines take out the SCVs. 1 tank is left. 2 tanks down for Warden. Warden's dropped his Viking to try and take on some of those Marines, but the tank will sit here sieged, and the Marines move in, but now they back off as the Marauders come in. So Warden will be happy to sit back here and siege up and shell this gas refinery. Warden will be coming back now with his expedition force and try and take out this tank here, but it looks like he's moving up some. Why is he not worried about his command center? Viking on Viking battle there. Warden now moving in with his tanks, and they are just going to run right up and take out that tank because it only gets 2 more shots off. The Vikings are going to not try and chase down that medevac, but they will kill the Marines that were left in Warden's expansion. So now that Phillibird here has landed at the high mineral locations, he is going to definitely be having an income bonus. Because right now he is down to 300 income for up to 6, 7. Yes, see, as soon as he started mining those high minerals, he brought it back right up with the match. Warden. Bleh. I can talk, honestly. Siege up tank here is going to go down to these stemmed up Marauders. Yes, it does. The Marines are going to try and do what they can, but it looks like they will just run away from this other Marine force. Turned into a very back and forth battle. It looks like Warden's going to lose his expansion. It looks like Phillibird's going to lose his. He already lost 1 expansion. Now he has secured his natural expansion at his main base. So now he will continue to do what he tries to do. Warden sieging up the siege tanks, but those Marines and Marauders are going to move in and try and get the damage that they can done. They snipe out the tanks, but the Marines and Marauders for Warden do move in, stemmed up and ready to go, but no medevac support as Phillibird does have medevacs, but the medevacs will not be enough to take care of that force. SCVs coming in here to get shot and blown up, but they did get some scouting information, I suppose. Warden continuing to keep his Vikings here to keep those medevacs back as far as they can, but Phillibird will siege up some tanks here at his natural to help keep that Marine and Marauder force away. Are they going to stem up and run? Yes, they do. They're going to try and snipe out that tank. Are they going to do it? Yes, they take out the 1 tank, but there's another tank farther back as it will cause them to run farther, and they actually all have been killed. 1 Marauder left, and that tank will just sit here and start shelling and doing what it can do for Warden. Warden now has 3 Vikings overhead, so that way he can get some extra spotting on. Will that tank be able to reach that tank? Yes, if he does move a Viking up, he will be able to hit that tank over there. As he does not see it at the moment, but that building is spotting for Phillibird's tank, and it does take out the original tank. Tank, 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 tank. I can say tank as many times as I want. Thank you. Another siege moving up here, and is going to begin shelling away again at that barracks, because he wants to hurry up and kill that thing. Looks like he's going to move up his Marine and Marauder up here to die as they try and take out that barracks yet again. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. They brought it right back from 1 health. Warden just cannot kill that barracks. It is going to be the bane of his existence. Warden continuing to just pump out Marines, Marauders, and siege tanks with some Viking support. Although he is getting a command center down here at his top, at the top base that was the last one untaken. Phillibird continues to have 2 gas geysers at the west base. He is getting some barracks down here at the high mineral location, and this is a very dangerous position to have a base, because if Warden here just moves up a little bit, he could completely take that thing out. But as you can see here in the mineral count, Phillibird has just got the minerals rolling in thanks to the high minerals, and there's not much Warden can do about it until he sees it. This game is just so back and forth. It is so amazing on how, see what I mean by the, if you have your tank siege up here and they have to move, they have to keep scooting up, then if you get their tanks to, or their spotters to push back far enough, then you either get the first or last shot. So Phillibird will here move up here on the high ground, which is an excellent position for them, because as you can see, Warden has not been concentrating so much about taking the high ground as the route to his enemy. He has been using the low ground, so that might actually turn out to be a real big mistake, as Phillibird is going to be pushing in with some Marines, Marauders, and tanks. It looks like Warden's going straight Marauder with a couple of Marines, and he's going to be moving in here with all these SCVs. They are going to walk up here and take out all these tanks. The SCVs going in now. They're going to take up all the damage from these tanks, with some of these Marauders, the Marauders coming in and taking out those 2 tanks also. Ooh. The SCVs continuing to push in. They are going right up to Phillibird's natural expansion. They're going to walk right up against that tank. They do take out that tank. The SCVs come off the line for Phillibird, and there is an SCV on SCV battle here, and the tanks for Warden do end up taking out all of Phillibird's SCVs and half of his own. So it looks like Warden has possibly contained Phillibird here, except for that high mineral expansion, which if he doesn't get that thing taken care of, he needs to make sure he can find that thing. But the minerals are just still coming in, so Phillibird will be able to just sit here and build units and build units. But Warden does have a pretty scary force outside the door. Medevac and Vikings moving in for Phillibird, and then they do pull up. I'm still shocked that Warden hasn't scouted that yet. Another command center, or the command center that was at the natural, is now lifted off and moving back over to the west base. And so we will be back where we were before with the Marauder tank sitting out at the expansion. Yes, they're going to spread out and contain Phillibird. So the Vikings are going to come in here, and no drops going on there. Warden does have a expansion now going well, so he is pulled away in the income, and they are even at 26, 27 harvesters, but the medevac will come in here and do a drop, and the Vikings will drop down themselves, and they're going to take out this natural expansion of Warden's. The command center does go boom. The units load back up, and they're going to drop back into the main. Is Warden going to be ready for this? Ooh, so close. Marines coming out now for Warden, but they do not have any medevac support, as the Phillibirds does, and Vikings do get taken out by Phillibird, and good lord, it's hard to make out all of this action. Yep, poor Warden has been discovered at the top. Oh, will he get that? Oh yes, one Marauder makes it out, but Phillibird loses that medevac full of units, with that one Marauder making it out, and it looks like those SCVs will try and chase that Marauder away, but more Marines and Marauders come in now for Phillibird at that top expansion, and Banshees have now come out for Phillibird, so they're going to push this tank Marauder force back, as there is no anti-air, and another drop goes down in Warden's main as he is taking it on with his tanks, and his tanks are going to be able to clean this up, but now the Marines are going to start coming out for Warden, but he will lose this top expansion here as he moves all of his SCVs into the smoke screen. Hopefully they will not be found. Banshee's moving up now. Warden looks like he's in a real bad spot here. Does not have any anti-air to speak of. He's got maybe 4 Marines, but they are going to get killed pretty quickly. Vikings for Warden are going to come in here and clean up these Banshees. 1 Banshee, 2 Banshee down, so the Vikings are able to take out the Banshees, but Phillibird has now moved in with his tanks and Marines, and Warden needs to move up some, but he did lose his only mining expansion, so Warden has no income now, and he has no more money. So what is Warden to do? He is in a bad spot. Siege up those tanks on the ramp. Oh, how are you getting spotted? Oh no! Warden completely caught out of position. Phillibird moving up in here and is going to take the game. I would say that's about it for Warden. He's got no more mining expansions, doesn't have enough money to build a command center, although he does have one, and Warden does good game, and I do agree, that was an excellent game. The lesson I took away from this game was scout everywhere, every little while, because if he had caught this high mineral location, he would have been able to take out Phillibird, or at least seriously cut down his production. So also, maybe some counter drops would have been good, because Warden was having to kind of play scared with that whole, is he going to drop me now, is he going to drop me now, while, you know, not doing the same to cause Phillibird to have his own panic. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you do enjoy this game. I certainly liked it, and I will get some more casts done in a little while, hopefully. Thanks very much. Please subscribe or leave comments.